One more week until playoff baseball. Let's keep grinding. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. We have made it to the final week of the Major League Baseball season. That's right. The 162 game journey is almost over, and it's time for one of the greatest things on planet Earth, and that is playoff freaking baseball. I cannot wait. It's been an up and down season, but it's been a lot of fun with you guys. Thanks for all the support during this year. And, we're diving into football already and NBA right around the corner. So it's never ending, but we will be breaking down the playoff matchups, talking more baseball. So it's not over when the regular season ends. That's for sure. Friday was brutal. Went on a 10-3 run, and then Friday just slapped us across the face. It was just unbelievable. Orioles blew a lead in the bottom of the ninth. Had a hitter parlay that went to crap because he was one of the only Braves hitters in Matt Olson that didn't get a hit, and he walked a couple times. Things like that. Whatever could go wrong did go wrong. But let's have a winning week. This is the final week of the season. We got to have a winning week. Let's end strong. But there's only 4 games today. So obviously less to talk about. I'm still going to have a couple bets, and I'm going to have a bet every game parlay. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We have to, and there's only 4 games. You just got to do that. But before we dive in, it is Movie Monday for the last time during baseball season, and here it is. We're just going to wrap it all up with one main question. This is not sports. This is every genre of movie. Here we go. What is your favorite movie of all time? Simple as that. This was really hard to think about because there's so many. Ryan, as you know, my co-host, picked Star Wars. I don't even remember which one because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but it's one of the Star Wars movies. Anyways, I couldn't think of one, so I'm just going to name a few that came to my mind. Shawshank Redemption, awesome freaking movie. Wedding Crashers, if you like comedies. The Hangover was another good one, the first one. And then Happy Gilmore, just a classic when I was a kid. So, anyways, let me know what your favorite movie of all time was. This has been a lot of fun reading these every single Monday all season long. So, that's Movie Monday. Today, we still have the good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report, and then, like I mentioned already, the best bets and a bet every game parlay. I'll have one bet in each of the 4 games. So, I'm ready to roll. Let's get after it, and starts with those good hitter matchups. All right, we only got 5 good hitter matchups with only 4 games today, and 3 of them are on the team that is absolutely pissing me off in the Seattle Mariners. J.P. Crawford, Ty France, and Julio Rodriguez all hitting Justin Verlander pretty well, which is very surprising. And then we got Mike Moustakas for the Angels, 5 for 13 with a double versus John Gray. And we end it with Jeremy Pena of the Astros, 4 for 9 with a double versus Luis Castillo. So those are the best hitter matchups for September 25th. Now let's talk some arms. All right, I got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today, and it starts with Merrill Kelly of the D-backs going up against the Yankees. The Yankees' 3rd highest K percentage versus righties in the last 30 days, and Merrill Kelly has 177 Ks in 165.2 innings. And then the final one, probably the NL Cy Young Award winner, Blake Snell from my neck of the woods versus the Giants. Giants' 11th highest K percentage versus lefties in the last 30 days at 24.6%. Snell, we all know what he can do striking out. 227 Ks in 174 innings. He has faced the Giants twice this year, and he has 8 and 11 Ks in those games. So that's all we got for pitcher strikeout matchups. Now let's check out the pitcher report. All right, here are the 4 matchups for September 25th. It starts with Merrill Kelly versus Clark Schmidt of the Yankees. Both pretty similar expected ERAs, but Kelly's had the better year this year, as you can see. And D-backs are still playing for something, unlike the Yankees. But Kelly can strike out some guys, as you see by his 9.5 walk percentage. And then we got John Gray versus Sandoval of the Angels. Angels are just rolling out anybody they can right now, waiting for the offseason. John Gray's been a little hit and miss this year. He started out hot, but both are kind of average to below average strikeout percentages. And then Sandoval does walk some guys at 10.8%. And then we got another big matchup. I don't even know if it's big anymore because the Mariners just can't buy a freaking win. But Luis Castillo against Justin Verlander, huge matchup. Castillo's on the mound. They're ace. They have to get a freaking win after getting swept by the Rangers. But they have pretty similar numbers. Verlander at age 78 continues to just pitch pretty well. I just don't understand it, but he does it. So Castillo, 27.3% K rate. They have the exact same walk percentage. And so that should be a good matchup. And then the final one, we already mentioned Blake Snell. He is the man, 2.33 ERA. What an unbelievably low ERA for a guy who just walks a crapload of batters at 13.5% with a 31.7% K rate. Going up against the Giants ace, and Logan Webb had a sneaky good year again. He's just been solid every single year. 3.35 ERA, pretty close expected ERA. He just gets the job done. He does not. He is elite at not walking people, only 3.8%. So those are the four matchups for Monday, the 25th. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, bet number one takes us out to the Big Apple, New York City, where it is apparently illegal to sell dog or cat hair. Apparently, it's illegal in several states, and I didn't even know that. So here we go. D-backs money line minus 118, Yankees money line minus 102, over under of 7.5 runs. One of these teams is playing for the playoffs and one is not. But it's not the teams you thought at the beginning of the year, that's for sure. D-backs are trying hard right now. They're in the thick of the wild card race. My best bet in this game, I'm going to back them, but it's not on the money line. We're going to go D-backs team total over 3.5 runs at minus 128. Yes, it's a little juiced, but I like the 120. I like the 3.5 number. They're facing Clark Schmidt. He's struggling, guys. He's given up 3+ earned runs in 4 straight games, and 2 of those 4 were against the Detroit Tigers. Enough said, I know. 22 hits in his last 21.1 innings, only 17 Ks in those 21.1 innings. He's not missing a lot of bats. A lot of people are getting hits off of him. 3.5, I think, is a low total for the D-backs. Even let's just say he does what he's been doing for the last month or so, giving up 3 runs in 5 innings. All we need is one more run in the last 4 innings. And then, of course, we know the D-backs are the road team, which means they get 9 guaranteed at bats. They have over 3.5 runs in 6 of the last 7 games. That's pretty crazy. So I think their bats are heating up just at the right time. I expect them to get 4+ runs again against a so-so Yankees bullpen and a starting pitcher who is struggling. So give me the D-backs team total over 3.5 as bet number one, and let's move on to game number 2. All right, bet number 2 takes us out to Los Angeles, Anaheim, wherever it is. The Angels are hosting the Texas Rangers. Rangers money line minus 185, Angels money line plus 154 with an over/under of 9 runs. And just a reminder, after this, we are going to give out a bet every game parlay. I feel a winner coming on. So here we go. Same game parlay in this game. I got Marcus Semien 1+ hit and the Rangers money line as my best bet. Put those two together, you get minus 115. Marcus Semien 1+ hit. First of all, he's 3 for 8 versus Sandoval. Not a huge sample size. He hits lefties well. Sandoval gives up 9.1 hits per 9 innings and struggles versus righties a little more. I also like Adolis Garcia to maybe have a over 1.5 bases, just as another option. Semien 1+ hit in 15 of his last 21, and because he bats leadoff and they're the road team, I expect 5+ ABs from him. So give me Semien 1+ hit. Rangers money line. It's John Gray on the mound. I'm not going to sit here and say I love John Gray, but I still give the slight edge to them in the starting pitcher rotation. Last time he faced the Angels, he pitched 7 innings and gave up 1 earned run. The Angels offense, this is what gets me, guys. They're just terrible. We know that. Shohei's not playing. Trout's not playing. They're just ready for the offseason. 28th in OPS, 29th in batting average versus righties the last 30 days. Their lineup is watered down. They're not very good. And then Patrick Sandoval on the other side, he gave up 4 earned runs in 2.2 innings in his last time start versus the Texas Rangers in the month of September. How about an 8.56 ERA? It just has not been good for Patrick Pablo Sandoval. The Rangers, their average versus lefties in this month of September, which is plenty enough for me because the Angels are just absolutely awful. You give me the better offense, slight edge to the starting pitcher, a team that really wants it. I will take the Rangers on the money line as long as their bullpen doesn't blow it. But then again, the Angels bullpen is even worse. So give me Semien 1+ hit, Rangers money line minus 115. And now let's go get a winner with that bet every game parlay. All right, here we go. We've done this before this year. 4 games, 4 bets. Here we go. Put them all together. Corbin Carroll 1+ hit, Brandon Drury 1+ hit, Mariners plus 1.5, and the under 8.5 Padres Giants. That is an alt line. So here we go. This is plus 325 on FanDuel. Carroll 1+ hit. He's hitting at the top of the order. We know what Corbin Carroll can do. I'm a Seahawks fan. Can you tell? And he's going up against Clark Schmidt, and we already know about Clark Schmidt. I just talked to you about it. He's given up a lot of hits. He has 1+ hit in 11 of his last 15 games. 2+ hits in 4 of his last 6. He's hitting the ball well. I like him to get another hit. Brandon Drury of the Angels. Let's move to that game. 3 for 11 versus John Gray. He also 2+ hits in 4 of the last 6 games. And John Gray, he's about average when it comes to getting up hits per 9 innings, but he's given up even more lately. I like Brandon Drury, another guy who's at the top of the order, to get 1 hit. And now, the Mariners. This is kind of an alt line too, because the Mariners are actually slight favorites in this game against Houston. So it's at minus 1.5. I just took the alt line of plus 1.5 to be safe. This is a wild stat, guys. The Mariners have won 10 straight starts of Luis Castillo. That's right. It's 10 straight times Luis Castillo's taken the mound, and 10 straight times the Mariners have come away with the win. Now, I think this game is like a 4-3 game written all over it, one way or the other. I'm taking plus 1.5. I'll gladly take it. Obviously, me personally really badly want the Mariners to win, but all they need to do is stay within one run. Then the final one, under 8.5 in the Padres Giants, we have a battle of the aces: Blake Snell, Logan Webb. Blake Snell, how about 2 earned runs given up in the last 32 innings? That's right, two in the last 32. Absolutely bonkers. We saw Logan Webb's numbers earlier. He's good. We These two offenses aren't good enough to score a lot of runs off these two good pitchers. So I expect this game to be like a 3-2 type of game. So I took the alt line 8.5. I think the original line right now is at 7. Probably goes under, but I feel much better about 8.5. So that is my bet every game parlay at plus 325. Let's start the final week of baseball season out strong. Check out that bets recap page. All right, there it is. D-backs team total over 3.5. Marcus Simeon, 1+ hit, and Rangers money line. We had to get a little creative today with only 4 games. And then there it is, that bet every game parlay we just talked about for plus 325. There it is. Be sure to check out our football video coming out. It's going to go over the Monday Night Football preview and best bets, recap week 3. It's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you for all the support during this baseball season. Let's have a great week. Hope everyone enjoys your Monday. We'll talk to you later.